And the professor who's my boss, he's like, "Don't you think it's so great that you have this pipeline of people who you get to see as a student and then hire from?" And I say, "Yeah, it's wonderful." He said, "Don't you think other employers would benefit from taking the people who are in their firm that they know their work ethic and putting them into our programs so that they can have the legal experience?"
That's a good point.
And he's like, "Just go out, be a voice in the community that says, if you have someone who's good and you want to see them move up, invest in their professional development, invest in their education, give them resources that they wouldn't have if not for you. And you know that they're dedicated. You know that they're going to stick around. But if you want someone to go get a bachelor's degree in business so that they can be your operations manager or whatever, go invest, give them the tools. And if they tell you this is not something that I want to do, then listen to what they have to say. Don't force people to be proactive, give them tools and see what they do."
So how do you deal with this, right? Like, suppose you have someone works for you, right? In your mind, like, man, this person has all the potential in the world. I can see this person like being an A+ player, doing great things, but they just perform at sea level, right? They don't see
Mhm.
this. They don't see the greatness themselves. You see it. They don't see it. Like, how do you do like? I don't see like give up on them, right? But do you like how much time do you spend like trying to motivate them? Like, hey, Jace, like, man, like you be doing so much better for
Yeah.
yourself. Adding so
Yeah.
much stuff, right? How do you do that?
I think that's a current struggle. You have to understand what motivates that person specifically. And it's not always money. And, you know, money has been historically my greatest motivator in jobs. I said, well, if I'm making $20 an hour at this job and this other job's going to hire me for 25, why would I stay here? I had no loyalty to Fred Meyer or whatever, like I don't care. Um, but I think when you're a small business owner, loyalty comes into play and the relationships you have with your employees absolutely comes into play when it's not a big corporation. And and money is potentially a motivator for people, but if they're not performing and you see that value, throwing money at them is not going to fix that
Yeah,
problem. So what is? And it's really a case by case situation where you have to understand what does motivate this person. Why aren't they performing? And the only way that you get to understanding that as a supervisor is understanding that person individually, taking the time to get to know that person on a one-on-one basis. And if you're managing staff in a group setting or in passing, you're not managing your staff. You have to have a relationship with that person individually. That's what keeps key people involved in where they're at and what gives them the buy in. They have to understand what motivates you and what excites you. And if you don't know what your people are doing in their free time that makes them happy, that's why they go to work every day to go do that thing that they want to do
yeah,
outside of work, then that's just a big question mark for
yeah.
you. You're not going to be an effective leader in those
No,
situations. So understand your staff, understand what they like to do, understand who they are when they're not at work, and be that open with them. Show them that side of you in a one-on-one way, not in a group setting, not in passing. Get to know your people.
yeah. Another